Hi, this is about the American Muscle BAMA SCT Eliminator chip custom tuned to your vehicle. I've got an 89 Mustang GT with trick flow heads and cam, BBK SSI intake, Pro M custom programmed mass airflow sensor, cold air kit, and 24-pound injectors. And, you know, I love it, but it doesn't run perfect because of all these mods, so they're supposed to custom tune these chips for you to get the most power and performance out of all your mods, your specific mods. So they have a decent reputation, so I got one, and they kept tuning it wrong. Talked to guys on the phone. I talked to a couple different guys on the phone. I've dealt with 5 different tuners at the company now, and I've sent my chip back twice because every time they sent it to me, the spec sheet had wrong stuff on it, errors, and it turns out some idiot in the warehouse just types these up freehand. They don't print them out of the system, so I have 3 of these that are all printed, they're all wrong, and wasted all kinds of many weeks of shipping back and forth before they told me that. Anyway, and one guy accidentally canceled my order too. So don't expect an easy experience if you want to get one of these chips. But here we are. I think I'm hopefully finally at the end point. Sorry about the crappy lighting. So there's the chip. Plugs right into your factory computer. I had an issue with that little blue capacitor sticking out there, but they're easy to just bend right over out of the way, and the chip just barely fits in. It installs at an incline to go over the stuff that's there, but it just barely goes on there. But fine, it's on there. So we've got my control wire. There's the switch they send you to switch between the 4 different modes that they program in. And I'm just getting ready to box this up and hopefully start her up. So if you've never taken your computer out either, it's behind the passenger side kick plate there, and there's a couple of white plastic clips you have to unscrew or pull away, and then you have to pull the carpet all the way back to get enough room to pull the computer out of there, if you didn't know that before. So here we go. Alright, here we go. It's a little dark in here. Here we go. Listen for the fuel pump. Fuel pump, go. Here we baby, hold together. Well, it's running. Idle's a little weird from the way it idled before the chip. It's idling about 400 to 500 RPMs higher than it usually does. Well, now it's down to 1,000. Who knows? This setup has always acted weird just because it's a totally modded out setup. So anyway, let's take a look at the engine. That's weird. Whoa! Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so I tried all 4 modes on the chip actually. I shut her down and in between and I even tried the stock setting. And I tried all 3 tuned settings. And every single one of them idled worse, and every single one of them the engine will die when you give it any gas at all. So the only conclusion I can come to is that the idiots at BAMA have no fucking idea what they're doing, or their stuff is just shit. So, I mean, if they're able to turn this around, I'll change the end of this video. Okay, we may have figured out what the first hitch was. They send you, your stock computer comes with aluminum coating over the copper pins that the chip plugs onto. And you have to rub that off. And their suggested method is they send you a Brillo pad barely bigger than a quarter that wasn't even close to good enough to doing the job, at least in my case. Maybe if your car is newer, it'll come off easier with a Brillo pad, but I had to go get a set of mini needle metal files and extremely carefully taking that aluminum coating off of the copper pins so you can see shiny copper to make contact with the chip. So we got it all back in, the chip's plugged in, everything's hooked up. We're going to try it on tune number 1, the street tune, and see what happens. Our Lady of Blessed Acceleration, don't fail us now. Alright, when there was no contact on the chip, it went dead when I gave it gas, so here goes nothing. Still doing it. God, this is fucking horrible. It just kills it. You give it gas and it kills it. So it's completely installed correctly now. The thing is just a piece of junk, I think. So now I gotta email them again and see what the hell they say. And I've already asked them to kick it up to level 2 support, so hooray for American Muscle. They're the greatest crap ever. Now, just for the hell of it, let's try the let's try the stock tune again. So this is the chip plugged in, running on completely stock computer. And I can even see the light on the chip is lit up, so that's not at least the chip is hot. I'm not doing that, it's doing that on its own. Yeah, that's just like the first time, so. Yep, back to square one. Okay, so since the tuner said that this tune is the last thing he could try, we did some stuff different and it was the last thing he could try. Of course I tried the chip and it didn't work again. You saw that. So it's a good thing I asked him before I popped it back in the mail, because I said, well, it doesn't work obviously, can I return it and get a refund? Which they already accidentally canceled my order once and refunded my money. So, but he says, no, the chip is fine. Doesn't matter to us whether it works, you know, or whether the tune works or not. And I'd wondered this entire time, how the hell do they stay in business with these crappy tunes that don't work? And I guess that's the catch. It must be in their legal agreement somewhere that says, you know, the tunes are free, but the chip is extra. and we sold you a perfectly good chip, so we can't give you your money back. It doesn't matter to us whether the tunes work or not, so go get... Yeah. So if you order a chip and free tunes for life from BAMA, yeah, you're going to get free tunes for life, but they won't work, and you'll just end up with a useless chip. So I hope this at least helps you make a decision on whether or not to buy from BAMA. Oh, and I thought this might come in handy. So at least I found some way to have fun out of this crap. Good luck.